Oh, you must be freezing. Come into the workshop and I'll show you around. So welcome to the workshop. I've been working in this space for about 7-8 months now, since the start of the first UK lockdown. And I just wanted to do this video today because quite a few people have asked me to share the space with you, and I just thought it'd be a nice thing to do to mark like the 8-month mark of the channel. So let's start off actually by the door. When you come in by the door at the moment, the flip top stand is just here, and basically the reason it's so close to the door, because originally it was kind of going to be more in the centre of the workshop, but it's by the door because it's close to a plug, because over Christmas I might be getting a few machines that require some power, so they come and sit on here, and obviously it's not too far to the plug just over there. And on this stand is my clamp rack, so you can see all my clamps here. Then also we've got my hammer, my mallet, and around that side there is my axe. We've got toolbox and some spare glue bottles, and right down on the bottom we've got my ever growing smaller collection of floorboards. Then here we have the main workbench. I'm sure you are familiar with seeing this. So obviously we've got the miter saw on it, and lots of other bits and bobs, but I won't spend too long talking about it because I did talk about its construction in a video a couple of months ago. But since then, I think two main things have changed. So firstly, the vise has changed. I installed this beautiful cast iron vise, 6-inch jaws, and it opens up to about 200mm, and it is really well made and really good quality. And also, after I did the spatula project, my back started to feel quite sore because I've been bending down quite a lot using the coping saw. So I've added these little blocks here just to raise the bench up a little bit, and that's made a big difference. Then under here I've got lots of my smaller offcuts, and then I've got a palette drawer with some of my frequently used tools, and then this kind of shelf here just really needs organising. Now over here we have the table saw, and again I spoke about this in a recent video, so I won't spend too long about it. Obviously it's on the wee mobile base, not mobile because it hasn't got wheels on it, just the homemade base, and underneath it you might be able to spot the vacuum cleaner, and I've also got a sanding cabinet here with all of my abrasives in there, and this also holds quite a lot of my offcuts just down on the floor, and we keep some of the smaller pieces of sheet material just around there. And also everything that I need to use to operate this saw is kind of just in and around it. So on these fence rails here we have some push sticks, we've got this other one just there, and we've got all my personal protective equipment just there. And then if we come round past here, past like the barbecue and stuff, right down next to the garage door, we've got all this wood storage. Most of my wood is here. So this top section holds wood about that long. The bottom section holds much chunkier pieces like those. And then up here we have a rack that holds lots of the longer pieces, as you can see. And then in this drawer here we have slightly more decent chunky pieces of manufactured board, and for the less decent ones they're just in this pile up here, but I really need to use some of these up because they are getting a bit out of hand. And then behind here we just have some sheet materials, so we've got a piece of hardboard down there, and I'm not sure if you can see in the darkness, no you probably can't, there is a small scrap of 3/4 inch plywood. Coming along this way, back past the table saw, is this other workbench. This is the one that I started off my woodworking with, but then I built a wee square bench that sat here. Then obviously I built the other bench, which is just behind me. This bench I don't tend to film very often, but it is still great. I just mainly use it for storage. But in terms of practicality, it is pretty practical as well, because I have installed this vise to it. This is a pillar drill vise, or a drill press vise, and I made it right at the start of lockdown. It was my very first project when I got back into woodworking. But talking of first projects, this actually is my very first woodworking project. I made this 4 or 5 years ago with my dad. It's just made out of hardboard, and hopefully you can tell that it is a boat, but its mast does need fixing because it kind of snapped off. We got a wee blackboard there. My weird hardware storage is still up there. Ear defenders, screwdrivers, sawtail there, some other tools, and just a big toolbox with some kind of home do-it-yourself stuff in. And then we've got this big cake here, which I made a couple of years ago. It was an art project. It's a paper mache cake, and it's pretty cool, so just keep it in there. And then here we have this bench that you will probably find in quite a few kitchens, and it rolls in and out like that. We had a spare one, so I just installed it onto the underside of this bench. Okay, I just want to show you one other thing that's right over by this bench, and this is my main tool wall. So it starts over here, it goes all the way along there. So yeah, it isn't very big, but it holds all my frequently used hand tools. So we've got all my chisels in there. Behind that is my Makita drill charger, my first aid kit down there. Drill bit storage there, spanners, and adjustable spanners, pencils, my number 4 scrub plane, just some clamps and some pliers, spoke shaving, set square, tape measures, files over there, combination square, gimlet, and also we have got some wee lights that I just turn on when I want just a little bit of more light onto the workbench. And around this side we also have my coping saw just hung up there. And here is quite a new addition. I started keeping all my hardware in these nice boxes. These are just great, they just fit in there. So I'm trying to think if I've got to show you anything else. Nothing else that I can think of apart from my workshop apron is just here on that hook above the workbench. And now, hopefully, what you've all been waiting for, it's time to reveal who won that giveaway. So on this piece of paper here that has just a bunch of random scribbles on it is the name of the winner of the giveaway. And without further ado, I just really want to read out the name. So the winner of the 2020 50 subscriber giveaway is Ishak. So a big well done to Ishak. I shall be emailing you as soon as possible with a list of possible projects that I would be happy to make for you, and a big thank you to everybody who entered the giveaway, and of course to everyone who has subscribed to the channel and has supported the channel over these past few months. It has really been so lovely, and I have really enjoyed making these videos. So I think that's about it. All I've got to say is I'm really looking forward to 2021. Hopefully it's a little bit more successful than 2020 in ways that I'm sure you need no explanation of. And I just look forward to where the channel's going there. Okay, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you on my next one.